6 months after it was signed, the Iranian nuclear deal has largely dropped out of the headlines. But Fred Fleitz from the Center for Security Policy told Middle East Bureau Chief Chris Mitchell that the ramifications are enormous.
Well, Fred, thank you for joining us on Jerusalem Dateline. I appreciate your expertise.
Great to be here.
How would you describe the Iranian nuclear deal now that it's been completed?
Well, this deal just looks worse and worse the more we learn about it. The recent revelation is that the AIEA is not going to report all the details about this agreement. And this was sort of a mystery to those of us who've been following the Iran program for a long time. Well, Director General Amano revealed this week that under the nuclear deal, the AIEA will not be reporting specifics on Iran's nuclear program and will stop reporting on certain aspects of the deal altogether. In my opinion, this was a secret side deal that was withheld from Congress, and it reflects something that Iran wanted all along. So we have a weak deal that I think Iran is certain to cheat on, and when it cheats, the American people aren't going to know because the AIEA is not going to report it.
What are the consequences of these side deals for Iran getting a nuclear weapon? Does it sort of pave the way for them to get a nuclear weapon eventually?
Well, there's several side deals that we know about. Now, one of which allowed Iran to inspect itself for evidence of past weapons-related work. It did this at a facility called Parchin, and the inspections took place in September. After those inspections and other inspections by the AIEA, it was found that Iran has engaged in weapons-related work as late as 2009. In December, the AIEA Board of Governors voted unanimously to close the books on all past Iranian nuclear weapons-related work. So we have an agreement with very weak verification provisions, and all the leads Iran had been, the AIEA had been investigating on Iranian nuclear weapons work, they've all been thrown away. So I think this really does pave the way to an Iranian nuclear weapon.
Also, what are the consequences of this deal, not only for the region, but for Israel as well?
The deal has worldwide consequences. First of all, Iran has been conceded the right to enrich uranium. This is something the Bush administration was very adamant. The consequences of a uranium enrichment are a problem because it's so easy to go from a peaceful enrichment program to a program to produce weapons-grade fuel. The Obama administration dropped that position and is allowing Iran to enrich uranium during the deal. This is going to cause nations, not just throughout the Middle East, but around the world, to start their own enrichment program.
How would you describe the behavior of Iran after this deal was consummated?
It seems that the administration thought that this nuclear deal was going to change Iranian behavior. Well, has that happened since the deal was announced in July? Absolutely not. Iran has stepped up its support to the Assad regime. It has stepped up support to Hezbollah, to the rebels in Yemen. It has fired ballistic missiles twice last fall. Several times over the last few weeks, it fired rockets near a U.S. aircraft carrier. And on one of the missiles recently fired, it said something like, Israel must be wiped off the map. So clearly, Iranian behavior has not improved because of this deal.
In terms of the ballistic missile program, why would Iran have a ballistic missile program, and what threat does it pose not only to the region, but here in the United States?
Ballistic missiles are part of a nuclear weapons program. This is what all sensible arms controllers know, and this program was supposed to be part of the nuclear deal. It was excluded because Iran wouldn't allow it to be included. A nuclear program has three legs: producing nuclear fuel, producing a warhead, and a delivery system. Iran's missiles are not being designed to fire monkeys into space. Iran is the only country in history to develop missiles with a range of 2,000 kilometers or more that did not have nuclear warheads already developed.
The ballistic missiles tests don't seem to have any reaction or much of a reaction from the UN or the US. Is that very concerning to you?
This administration is not going to do anything that's going to upset what they think will be in the history books next to President Obama's picture. And I think Iran knows this. When it tests these missiles, it is flexing its muscles to demonstrate that it is the leading regional power, and the U.S. will not do anything about it.
What can be done when the next president's elected? Can they reverse the deal if they would like to?
This deal is a fraud. It has to be thrown out. We need a new alliance of Western states to put together a program that actually stops Iran from pursuing nuclear weapons, stops any company that sells nuclear technology from providing it to Iran, and make Iran answer for all nuclear weapons-related activities that it has been engaged in.
Yeah, living in Israel, I can agree that the next president, whomever he is going to make a huge difference in the future of the Middle East. Anything else that our viewers would need to know about what's happening in Iran and the Middle East?
I think Benjamin Netanyahu has it exactly right. He knows how dangerous this nuclear deal is. Listen to what he has to say. I mean, he wants a good relationship with the United States, but the Israeli government, the Saudi government, they're very worried about this agreement. They know Iran's nuclear weapons program will continue under this agreement. Iran will actually have a greater nuclear weapons capability when the agreement is over than when the agreement began.